All right, well, it's not going to get much better, because look at these ones. They look almost the same as what we just got done doing, right? We still have those fractions, but this time we've got things that have more than just one number on the top. Same philosophy, though. I want to get rid of the fractions. I'm going to multiply by the common denominator. The common denominator in this case is going to be u plus 1 and u minus 3. So on the first fraction, my u plus 1 will cancel out. That's going to leave me the u minus 3 times that u minus 1 that's on top of that fraction. On my second fraction, the u minus 3 is going to cancel out. So I'm going to have the u plus 1 times the u plus 1 that's on top of that fraction. And on the end, I'm just going to have the plus 1 times the u plus 1 and the u minus 3. So guess what? I'm going to end up doing a whole lot of foiling. All right. So I'm going to have to FOIL each of those sets of parentheses out. So here I'm going to FOIL that. I'm going to have a u times a u, which is a u squared. My outside minus 1u, my inside minus 3u, and then a minus 3 times a minus 1 plus 3. I still can combine those two middle terms, so simplifying that, I'm going to get u squared. Negative 1 minus 3 would be minus 4u plus 3. So I've done that side as much as I can. On the other side, I got to FOIL that one out. So u times u is u squared. My outside is plus 1u. My inside is also plus 1u. And then a 1 times a 1 is still a 1. So on that one, I get u squared plus 2u plus 1 when I combine my like terms. Now here, since this is a plus 1, I don't have to worry about the 1 because 1 times anything just leaves you what you have. So foiling that out, I'm going to have u squared. My outside is minus 3u. My inside is plus 1u. And on the end, 1 times minus 3 is minus 3. And again, we can combine our middle terms. So we have u squared minus 2u minus 3.
What'd you do with the 1?
Which one?
Plus
This
1?
one?
Oh, just this, oh, the 1 you're not...
So since it's a 1, I can just ignore it, right? 1 times anything is going to stay the same thing.
I messed up.
If it was a 2 or a 3, I'd have to bring it down and multiply it out, which really technically is what I should probably do. But since it's times 1, it's not going to change those numbers at all. Otherwise, I'd times everything by 1. So now we need to simplify this mess. This side we can't combine anything. It's going to stay u squared minus 4u plus 3. But over on this side we can combine our like terms, right? We're not moving them, we're just putting them together. So a u squared plus another u squared would be 2u squareds. 2u minus 2u. Those are going to cancel out because they're opposites, right? 1 minus 3 is a minus 2. Now, we're still working with these squared things, so we know we have to set it equal to 0, right? We always want our u squared to stay positive. Since this one's bigger than this one, we're going to move these 3 over here. So we're going to minus our u squared. We're going to end up adding our 4u and minusing our 3. So 0 is going to equal
2.
2u squared minus 1u squared is just a 1u squared. 2 minus 1 is 1, right? So 2u squared minus u squared is u squared. Here we didn't have any u's, but we have a plus 4u, so we've got to have plus 4u. And then we got a negative 2 minus a 3, which would be minus 5, right? So we get u squared plus 4u minus 5. We have to solve by factoring. So we have our two sets of parentheses. Factoring u squared. U and a u, right? Our signs.
Positive and negative.
Positive and a negative, and we want the factors of 5.
1 times 5.
1 times 5, we want to have a plus 4 in the middle. So which order should we put them in?
Plus 5.
Plus 5 and a minus 1, exactly. So now we got to solve those. Either the u plus 5 equals 0 or the u minus 1 can equal 0, right? So if we solve those, on the first one, I'm going to minus my 5 to move it over. So u equals minus 5. On the second one, I'm going to add the 1 to move it over. So we get two answers, minus 5 and 1. Both of those are nice whole number answers, so we need to go back and check both of those. If I put in either the minus 5 or the positive 1, do I get any zeros on the bottom?
Nope.
Nope, I don't. So both of those are good. I'm going to put both answers in. Right? I couldn't have had a negative 1 or a positive 3. Those would have given me zeros. Since I didn't get either of those, then both of my answers are good. So number 5, same kind of thing. I want to get rid of the fractions. I'm going to multiply by my common denominator, which is going to include both the v plus 2 and the v plus 4. So on the first one, what's going to happen?
You're just going to have V2 and V4.
I'm going to have which ones?
V2. Oh, wait, no. Okay, you're just going to have V4. V plus 4.
So I'm going to
Yeah,
have
okay.
v plus 4 and v minus 1, right?
Yep.
Equals. On the next one.
Okay, the next one, you're going to have the V4 and the V4 cancel out. So you're going to have equals V plus 2 and V plus 2.
Now in this one we have to be a little more careful. It's a minus 1, not a plus 1. So we're going to end up having to use that minus 1. So we need that there. And we have the v plus 2 and the v plus 4. So foiling on that first part, what are we going to get?
V squared
Hmm?
minus 4.
Whoop.
Oh, what happened?
We skipped a few steps in there, I think. Remember, you got a FOIL, so I'm taking this times this, this times this,
Oh,
this
I
times
forgot
this,
one.
this times
Okay.
this, right? Should have
Yeah.
4 things when I'm done.
Okay, so V squared and minus 1V
Hmm?
plus 4V minus 4
Right. Now we're going to combine those middle terms.
equals V squared and plus V2.
Where'd you get that?
That a minus? Why aren't we doing that one?
Oh, you're multiplying this one out next?
Yeah.
Okay, I was
Oh,
going to
okay, I'm
simplify
jumping.
this a little farther.
Okay, let's go that one. Okay, so we got V squared plus 3v
Mm-hmm.
minus 4.
Okay, now let's start on the other side.
Okay.
So v squared.
Is v squared plus 2v
Mm-hmm.
plus 2v.
Mm-hmm.
2v. Hey, next, I lost myself here. V squared plus 2v, 2v plus 2v plus 2v.
2v plus 2v plus.
Oh,
So
4.
4. And again, we're going to combine those middle ones. So we're going to have v squared plus 4v plus 4.
4v plus 4. Okay.
This one has the minus 1, so we have to be careful and put parentheses around what we're doing because we're going to have to end up multiplying by that minus 1 since it will make a difference, not like the plus 1 did. So if it's anything other than a plus 1, we got to keep bringing it down and working it out. So first we're going to do inside and FOIL that out. We're going to have,
We're going to do the inside first?
yep, we're going to do this part first.
So v squared,
V squared
4v plus 4v
4v
plus 2v
plus 2v
plus 8.
plus 8. So combining those middle ones, we're going to have
We are going to have 6v.
a plus 6v. And now on this one, we're going to have to multiply all of that stuff by the minus 1 that's in front.
Okay.
So minus 1 times v squared would be minus v squared. Minus 1 times the 6 that those combine into would be minus 6v. And minus 1 times 8, minus 8. So now, we're going to combine our like terms over here on this right side. V squared minus v squared. What's going to happen with that?
v squared minus.
When I do v squared minus v
It's
squared,
going to cancel out.
those are going to cancel. We're going to do 4v minus 6v.
4v plus minus, that's going to be minus 2v.
Yep. And then we're going to do 4 minus 8.
4 minus 8 is minus 4.
Mhm. So we have v squared plus 3v minus 4 equals negative 2v minus 4. Since we have that squared term, we have to make sure it's equal to 0. It's not equal to 0 right now, right?
So when you times, okay, that's not even a 1 there then.
Nope.
Put a 1, okay, that's what's messing me up here.
So if we want to set this equal to 0, since we don't have any v squareds here, we're going to move the stuff over here, because we do have a v squared over there, right? So we're going to add our 2v and add our 4. Oh, this is a different one. We have v squared plus 5v and a negative 4 and a plus 4 are going to cancel out, right?
Yeah.
Equals 0. So this is a little bit different factoring one because we don't have that n number. So we're not going to factor it with 2 sets of parentheses. We're just going to factor out our greatest common factor because we only have 2 terms. I'm going to write that over here. v squared plus 5v equals 0. What do those 2 terms have in common?
Just the v.
Just a v. So a v is going to go in front. And if we take a v out of each of those, we're going to be left with
Well, v plus 5.
So that's how that's going to look when it's factored. It's not going to have 2 sets of parentheses. It's just going to take the v out and it's going to have that. So either the v is going to equal 0, right? This could equal 0, or v plus 5 could equal 0. We got to solve the v plus 5 equals 0 by minusing our 5 So we have answers of 0 and -5. We got nice whole number answers, so we got to go back up and look. Do either of those give us a 0 on the bottom of our fractions? Or are they both okay?
They're okay.
They're both okay. I couldn't have a -2 or a -4. Don't have a -2 or a -4, so those are all okay. We're going to have answers of 0 and -5. Number 6, same kind of thing. These ones get to be really long.
Yeah, I'm running into them. Okay.
Got to sharpen your pencil up.
No cheap pencils. Okay.
I think this is the last long one, and then we get to some shorter ones. So, our common denominator is going to be
Y minus 3, Y minus 7.
okay, so we're going to multiply everything by the y minus 3 and the y minus 7. What's going to happen on the first one when we do that?
Okay, the Y3 is going to cancel out.
Yep.
So you're going to have Y. You want to put the 1 down there first and then Y7?
It doesn't matter.
It don't matter? Okay, Y7 then.
Y minus 7, y minus 1. Just so you got them both, doesn't matter what order.
Okay. Is going to equal to, the Y7 is going to cancel out, so it's going to equal Y plus 5 plus Y minus 3. Which is going to be plus 1 Y3 and Y7.
Yep. So now, we got to do all our foiling.
Okay, so now we're going to have Y squared. So that can be positive 7 plus 7.
You got to do the whole foiling. You're skipping steps again.
Oh, I'm skipping steps again. Okay.
Right, we got to
Y
have 4
squared
answers.
Minus 1Y minus 7Y
Then we get
plus 7.
plus 7. We can go ahead and combine the middle terms to shorten that side up.
So it's going to be Y squared plus 6 or 8.
You have a minus 1 and a minus 7. So I add and keep the sign.
Oh, okay, minus 8.
Minus 8y
Y
plus 7 then, right?
plus 8Y plus 7.
All right, we got that side done as much as we can. We got to go to the other side.
So it's going to equal Y squared minus 3Y plus 5Y minus 15.
And if we shorten that part up, we're going to get
We're going to get 2Y squared plus 2Y minus 15.
exactly. Foiling over here, we still have that plus 1. We'll do it the right way this time. So foiling, we're going to get,
Oh, we're going to get 1Y.
we're going to foil this out first.
Oh, that one first. Oh,
Yep.
okay. Okay, let's get we're gonna get Y squared minus 7Y plus 3Y.
That's a minus 3,
Was it a minus 3?
right? That was y minus 3
Minus 3 and 21.
plus
Minus
21. Nope, should be plus.
21.
Because I should have a negative times a negative.
Okay.
So combining those middle two, I'm going to have a minus 10y in the middle, right? Now, technically I'm multiplying all these by a plus 1, which isn't going to change them at all, right? So we're going to have a plus y squared, a minus 10y, and a plus 21. So what should I do with that mess?
Um, That mess, you are going to move it.
I'm not going to move anything yet.
Or not yet.
I'm just going to combine my like terms.
So it's gonna be negative 10,
Wait a minute. Let's start with our y squareds. Y squared plus y squared, right?
oh, you're over there.
Yeah, over here I can't do
Oh,
anything
okay,
yet.
I'm on the last one. Yes.
You're trying to move stuff.
Yeah, shorten this problem up, though. Okay, y squared, so that's gonna be y squared. I mean, y,
1y squared plus 1y squared.
2y squared.
2y squares, right? We got 2y squareds. Then we're going to have
Plus minus 8
minus 8y
y plus 6.
plus 6. That's going to be equal to our y squared minus our 8y plus our 7. So this is like the first one, where I've got y squareds on both sides. So now I've got to decide which way should I move everything. What should I do so I can get 0 on one of my sides?
Move it to the right.
I'm going to move them over here because this number is bigger than this one, right? So I always want to move them to the bigger one. So I'm going to minus my y squared, add my 8y, and minus my 7. Oh, this is going to be another different factoring kind of thing. It'll be all right, though. So 0 is going to equal 2y squared minus a y squared would be
2
no.
y.
This is
Squared.
2. This is minus
Oh, 1 y squared.
1. 2 minus 1 is 1. Y squared, right?
Y squared.
2 minus 1 gives me 1. What happens with your y's?
They cancel out.
They cancel out. And 6 minus 7 is
1.
negative 1.
Negative 1.
So we have 0 equals y squared minus 1. Now this one doesn't have the middle term. This one is one of those that does factor with 2 sets of parentheses. It's the middle term that cancels out. So factors of y squared,
Y squared
y,
y.
y and y.
Oh,
Just
y
a
and
y and a y is y squared, right? My signs,
Positive and negative.
positive and a negative, and factors of 1.
0 and 1.
No.
Oh, 1.
1 and 1. 1 times 1 is 1. So that I have a negative 1y and a positive 1y, and that gives me the 0y in the middle. Right? That's that difference of squares we had. So y plus 1 equals 0, or y minus 1 could equal 0. Solving those, we would do what?
Move your 1.
Move our 1. So we're going to minus our 1 here,
Your 1 here.
and plus your 1 there. And so we get negative 1 and positive 1 for our 2 answers, right?
Yep, so
Then we got to go back and look. Are those 2 answers okay? Do either of them give me 0 on the bottom of those fractions?
Nope.
Nope. Those are good. So those are going to be our answers. We couldn't have a 3 or a 7. If we had a 3 or a 7, we'd have to cross it off our list. But we didn't, so we're good. All right.